Hi, everyone. Good afternoon or good evening, depending on where you're joining from. And warm welcome to the very first Restore Life Awards. I'm Alina, and I'm really excited to be with you today as we celebrate and honor your contribution to the global environmental movement. Restore Life Awards were launched for the first time at COP16 in Riyadh last year. It was launched in partnership with the incredible G20 Global Land Initiative. And the moment we opened applications, the response blew us away. You filled our inboxes, you were there in our DMs, you kept us busy. And honestly, we loved every bit of it. In total, we received over 1,100 applications, 1,127 to be exact. Among that, 16 made it to the finalists of the NGO Award, and 10 organizations made it to the Responsible Business Leadership finalist level. This energy was magnetic. It also reaffirmed why this was so important, why creating a moment to pause, to recognize, and to uplift restoration work, your work, really matters. Now let's talk a little bit about Restore. We are a global platform. Some people even call us the Google Maps for nature. It is a platform that supports anyone, anywhere, working to restore or protect nature. We offer tools, data, and visibility to help your work be more effective and more connected. Coming back to the event, we have a very special program lined up. We've got inspiring stories from the winners, appreciation for the finalists, and some surprise messages along the way. So with that, shall we begin? Before we jump into the awards themselves, I'd love for us to look back and feel the energy of Restore Life Awards in a 60-second video. The finalists, the winners, and the very spirit that brought us all here today. So see you in a bit.
Look what you've done.
With muddy hands,
bold hearts, and local wisdom.
Mangroves are holding their ground.
you're protecting the rainforests.
You are setting the bar for responsible businesses.
You're showing the world how restoration is done.
This is Restore in motion.
This global environmental movement belongs to you.
And now, we celebrate you.
Restore Life Awards 2025.
Finalists and winners.
Wow. Every time I watch that, I'm just reminded of how much heart, effort, and hope are driving this movement. And it's all you guys. Now, it's time to meet some of the people behind these efforts. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Murali Thamurkudi, Director of the G20 Global Land Initiative, Coordination Office of the UNCCT, and also our key partner in launching the Restore Life Awards.
Good evening, distinguished guests, partners, finalists, and friends. It's a true pleasure to join you for this year's Restore Life Awards, a celebration of dedication, creativity, and the growing global movement to restore our planet. The G20 Global Land Initiative was established with a bold mission to support the international community in reducing degraded land by 50% by 2040. As part of that ambition, we are helping countries fulfill their commitment to restore over 1 billion hectares of land by 2030, an area equal to the size of the United States. We believe this mission cannot be achieved by governments alone. To scale land restoration effectively, we work with policymakers, yes, but we also invest in the power of non-governmental organizations, local communities, and the private sector. It is this wide coalition of actors that makes real transformation possible. That is why the Restore Life Awards resonate so deeply with us. They spotlight the very leaders and solutions that are already making restoration real from the ground up. Today, we are proud to celebrate two such leaders. The non-governmental organization receiving the Restore Life Award and a $25,000 prize is a shining example of what grassroots action can accomplish. Their work, rooted in local knowledge, driven by community, and focused on lasting change, embodies the kind of leadership our initiative was designed to support. We also honor a private sector organization with an honorary award for its bold contribution to the restoration economy. By aligning business innovation with ecological renewal, they are helping to unlock the capital and momentum needed to meet the scale of land restoration goals. To all participants and finalists, your efforts are the lifeblood of this movement. And to our winners, congratulations. You are showing the world that restoration is not only necessary, it is already underway. At the G20 Global Land Initiative, we are honored to stand beside you. Together, we are not just restoring land, we are restoring livelihoods, ecosystems, and hope. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Murali, for those powerful words and for your leadership in putting land restoration at the center of global conversations. Next, we are honored to hear from Professor Ibimina Kokolu. She's the Professor of Land Management and Evaluation at Rivers State University in Nigeria, and she's also one of the distinguished jury members for the Restore Life Awards. Let's hear her reflections on what stood out to her from this year's incredible pool of applicants.
Hello, everyone. I'm Professor Ibi Kakolu from Nigeria. It was indeed an honor and a privilege to be part of the judges on the evaluation committee for the 2025 Restore Life Awards. And I just want to thank the organizers and thank the G20 GLI for getting me on board. We received a lot of interesting submissions, and the quality of the work received was quite good. So it was a bit of a struggle for a winner to emerge, but like in every race, someone has to win. And so I just want to thank all those who made an attempt, and congratulations to the winners. Land restoration is like a train. You get on it, you get to the destination. You can choose to just sit on the sidelines, or you can choose to get on the wagon. So I just want to congratulate our winners, and I look forward to a future where there are a lot more people actively campaigning against land degradation and taking steps within their local community to reverse the trend. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Ibimina. And now, it is time to honor our finalists and winners of this year. I will now hand it over to my colleague Marina. She's the Regional Engagement Lead of Restore, to announce the winner of the NGO category, followed by Tom Elliott, CEO of Restore, to introduce us to the winners and finalists of the second category, the Responsible Business Leadership Award.
The changemakers,
the innovators,
The trailblazers.
introducing Restore Life Awards.
igniting and accelerating the bottom-up nature movement led by farmers and indigenous peoples, local communities, NGOs, and responsible businesses. Funding and celebrating work being done to protect and restore nature. the RestorLife Awards.
Hello, everyone. I'm overjoyed to talk about the NGO category of the RestorLife Awards. 5 years ago, we began the journey at Restore. We wanted to know the local players leading the restoration and conservation across the world, just like you. Our next job was to bring them to a global map. And look where we have come today, a big family of over 30,000 nature stewards benefiting from the networking, data, support, and a community. The NGO Award category aims to recognize and celebrate you. You are the ones working across the globe to engage your communities in the effort to restore and conserve nature. You are protecting our biodiversity and climate, and also creating sustainable livelihoods, showing us all that it is possible to live and produce in harmony with nature. As a result, we received over 800 applications in this category. People restoring ecosystems through agroforestry, reforestation, nature-based solutions, conservation, and so many other efforts across every type of ecosystem. You can imagine that with so many incredibly inspiring initiatives, it was no easy task to choose only one winner. For us, every ecosystem restorer is a winner. With this in mind, let's have a look at our brilliant 16 finalists of the NGO category.
Restoring biodiversity in Brazil's Atlantic forest through science and community leadership. IPE, Instituto de Pesquisas Ecológicas, Brazil. Transforming Indian cities with citizen-led tree planting and urban greening. Say Trees Environmental Trust, India. Empowering Tanzanian youth and farmers through sustainable land restoration. Lead Foundation, Tanzania. Greening Rural India through grassroots action and community forestry. Green Tree Foundation, India. Turning tree planting into a movement for youth empowerment in Uganda. Tree Adoption Uganda, Uganda. Protecting Australia's rainforests and biodiversity through bold conservation campaigns. Rainforest Rescue, Australia. Reviving Amazonian ecosystems by working hand-in-hand with local communities. Ecoporé, Ação Ecológica Guaporé, Brazil. Restoring mangroves and educating youth along Mexico's Gulf Coast. Pronatura, Veracruz, AC, Mexico. Combining reforestation with food security for a greener India. Sustainable Green Initiative, India. Supporting traditional knowledge, livelihood, and restoration in eastern Indonesia. Yayasan Puga Figo, Indonesia. Reducing human-wildlife conflict while restoring ecosystems in northern Tanzania. Wild Survivors, Tanzania. Rehabilitating degraded peatlands through local stewardship in Sumatra and central Kalimantan. Yayasan Gambut, Indonesia. Mobilizing youth and farmers to restore farmlands across India. Agro Rangers, India. Uniting communities in Kenya to restore forests and protect biodiversity. Nature and People as One, Napo, Kenya. Restoring koala habitats and connecting wildlife corridors in New South Wales. Bangalow Koalas, Inc., Australia. Conserving Madagascar's unique wildlife through science and community partnerships. Madagascar, Boakaji, Madagascar.
Now, roll the drums. Let's announce the winner of the NGO category. If you already know who they are, please feel free to enter it in the chat. We'd like to congratulate and thank Ecopore for the amazing work they've been doing for almost 30 years, restoring ecosystems in the Brazilian Amazon, involving communities, and creating sources of income. But I'll say no more. I'll invite them over to say a few words.
Esse prêmio foi muito importante para a gente em 2 aspectos, né? Pelo reconhecimento do nosso trabalho. Então, receber esse prêmio, ser reconhecido como uma instituição ambientalista, de defesa do meio ambiente, de restauração, uma organização que é de Rondônia, né? É orgânica, genuína daqui, nasceu aqui. A questão do reconhecimento é muito importante para nós. E o prêmio em dinheiro também. Uma vez que a fonte de recursos da Ecoporé, a gente se mantém através de projetos. Ter um recurso institucional, um valor que a instituição possa usar livremente para sua estruturação e seu crescimento é muito importante, né? Então, a gente sempre teve o sonho de ser autossustentável, porque a gente entende que quando se trabalha com projeto, existe altos e baixos, os projetos têm data de início, data de fim, então tem muita apreensão para manter a equipe, para manter a continuidade das atividades. Então, ter um recurso da instituição para que ela seja autossustentável, para que ela não dependa desse recurso de projeto é muito importante. Então, eu vejo esse prêmio, né, com essas 2 grandes importâncias. Reconhecimento do nosso trabalho, é bom para a gente, é gostoso saber que todo esse esforço empregado por mais de 30 anos, por muitas pessoas, foi reconhecido, é reconhecido, faz bem para a gente, dá um acalento no coração. E o recurso financeiro também vai proporcionar que a gente consiga estruturar e realizar algumas ações que não é possível com o recurso dos projetos. A Ecoporé começa a trabalhar com restauração em 2008, né, quando no município de Rolim de Moura, interior do estado de Rondônia, passa por uma grande seca. E aí o Ministério Público vai questionar a companhia de água, né, no caso a CAERD, porque estava faltando água no município. E aí a CAERD diz que o problema não é dela, né, que houve desmatamento, que não tem água no rio e que o motivo é esse, né? É quando se tem a ideia de trabalhar com a restauração de matas ciliares no município de Rolim de Moura, e a Ecoporé foi a instituição a implementar esse projeto. Então foi feito o levantamento, né, um diagnóstico das propriedades que estavam à margem dos rios de captação de água, e esses agricultores foram obrigados a recuperar. Então é aí que surge o viveiro lá em Rolim de Moura, né, o trabalho de restauração da Ecoporé, e junto com o diagnóstico socioambiental, o diagnóstico das condições ambientais, e desde 2008 a gente vem ampliando de forma a escalonar a restauração. Então hoje nós estamos em mais de 10 municípios, né, temos mais de 5 projetos de restauração ativos, mas tudo começou lá em 2008. E aí, à medida que as atividades de restauração foram sendo ampliadas, os parceiros também foram sendo ampliados, porque a gente entende também que sozinho a gente não vai alcançar os resultados que a gente precisa no estado, né? É um passivo relativamente grande e a gente precisa ter braços, pernas, né? Ter companhia nessa caminhada. A gente tem uma relação muito próxima, né, com os que a gente chama de beneficiários, né, os agricultores, os indígenas, os quilombolas que a gente atende. Então é uma construção, uma relação que foi construída, né? Então, no dia a dia de um extensionista rural, por exemplo, que atende tanto agricultores familiares quanto quilombola e indígenas, a gente inicia o trabalho com uma adesão voluntária. Então a gente divulga os nossos projetos, a gente faz chamamentos na rádio, nos sindicatos, em eventos da agricultura familiar. A gente faz esse chamamento para o agricultor que queira restaurar, consiga chegar até nós. Então, quando o agricultor expressa esse desejo de restaurar, o extensionista rural vai até a propriedade para conhecer esse passivo ambiental, para conhecer a área e, junto com o agricultor, eles definirem como será feita essa restauração. É muito importante que o agricultor entenda e saiba que aquela área é dele, que esse benefício, que essa restauração vai, além do coletivo, vai beneficiar ele, né? Então, a gente já viu em alguns momentos o agricultor achar que a área de restauração é uma área intocável, uma área que ele perdeu. Então, a gente trabalha no sentido de que ele entenda que essa área faz parte da propriedade dele e que deve ser manejada, explorada e contabilizada como parte da sua propriedade. Após esse diagnóstico inicial, né, a gente leva essa demanda para o viveiro de produção de mudas, para a rede de sementes, onde vão captar essas sementes, produzir essas mudas para posterior implantação. Isso é feito entre os meses entre janeiro e abril, e aí a gente vai para a distribuição de materiais, né, para isolamento, que é um fator caro na restauração e que a Ecoporé consegue disponibilizar para esses agricultores através dos nossos projetos. Então, entre abril e setembro, a gente distribui esses materiais e a partir de novembro, segunda quinzena de novembro, quando se inicia o período chuvoso, a gente entrega essas mudas. Nosso trabalho, como é feito em conjunto, a contrapartida do agricultor é a construção dessa cerca, é o plantio dessas mudas e depois o posterior zelo dessa área, né, a manutenção dessa área. E em todas essas etapas a gente faz as visitas, né, o extensionista faz a visita para orientar como vai ser a construção da cerca, verificar se a cerca foi construída, verificar se as mudas foram plantadas. Então é uma relação bem cotidiana que o extensionista tem. E o mesmo a gente replica para as áreas quilombola e indígena. Então a gente não faz uma visita e nunca mais volta, né? É uma relação mesmo construída, para além dos projetos. Bom, o maior problema é conjuntura política, né? E que não caminha na velocidade, né, das políticas de restauração. Então, as políticas que promovem o desenvolvimento econômico, muitas vezes não estão no compasso da preservação ou da importância ambiental. A gente entende a necessidade da produção, a gente entende o quanto para esses agricultores, para esses indígenas, é importante ter a sua renda, ter a sua área produtiva. A gente, em momento algum, é contra ou, enfim, não é força contrária a isso. A gente só trabalha para que todos entendam, né, que a importância de ter água, de ter floresta, de ter biodiversidade, auxilia, sustenta toda essa área produtiva. Então, a questão política, né, que não caminham, é um grande entrave. A gente tem a velocidade, né, da restauração versus a velocidade da destruição, do desflorestamento, que é totalmente desproporcional. Então você consegue derrubar, desflorestar, sei lá, 50 hectares em um dia, mas você não consegue restaurar, plantar 50 hectares em um dia. Então a gente tem essa desproporção, né? Então, a gente fica muito orgulhoso dos nossos projetos que fazem 100 hectares por ano, 200 hectares por ano. Às vezes as pessoas questionam, mas vocês fizeram só 100 hectares, mas isso demandou um esforço e um recurso investido muito grande, né? A gente tem, paralelo à restauração, atividade de educação ambiental, atividade de comunicação. Então, tudo isso é trabalhado de forma a fazer com que o agricultor entenda o porquê da restauração, que não seja fazer por fazer. A gente quer avançar nas questões de bioeconomia, de geração de renda para essas comunidades e ampliar o leque desses produtos. Então, além das sementes, né, os artesanatos, os produtos, o café, os produtos que são processados nas propriedades. Então, a gente quer avançar nessas questões porque a gente precisa que o agricultor, que o indígena, ele veja a floresta em pé dando recurso. Então, para o futuro, eu espero que as nossas ações sejam ampliadas, que a gente mantenha essa proximidade que a gente tem com as comunidades, com os agricultores, enfim, sem perder nossa essência.
Hi, everybody. Here at Restore, we believe that the responsibility to protect and restore nature isn't just that of governments and conservationists around the world. It really is something that we have to embed within our global economy. From the food we eat to the clothes we wear, businesses rely on healthy nature and healthy land to restore and sustain their supply chains. And those landscapes, whether forests, grasslands, or mangroves, are stewarded day in, day out by local communities whose lives and livelihoods are directly tied to the health of those ecosystems. Ecosystems that provide clean air, fresh water, and act as buffers against the rising unpredictability of our climate. Yet too often, land is treated as a resource to be extracted, not sustained. The Responsible Business Leadership category of the RestorLife Awards recognizes companies that are breaking that pattern. Leaders who understand that long-term success is rooted in the long-term health of nature. These businesses are not only managing land responsibly, they're demonstrating that it's possible to meet today's needs without sacrificing or compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own. They're partnering with local land stewards, integrating sustainability into every step of their value chains, and showing us that doing good for nature can go hand in hand with doing well in business. So it is a real pleasure for me to now introduce the finalists of this year's Responsible Business Leadership category.
Driving sustainable finance and biodiversity investments on a global scale. PICTE, creating market incentives for ecological restoration through biodiversity offsets. Terrasos, advising companies to integrate nature and climate into core strategy. Gordian Knot Strategies, investing in nature-based solutions to build long-term environmental and financial resilience. Blue Rain Partners, improving soil health and farmer livelihoods through regenerative agricultural inputs. Agri-Great Soil Tech, restoring forests and protecting watersheds as part of climate-resilient investments. Manulife, scaling native forest restoration with technology and seed banking innovation. Terraformation, promoting environmental justice through sustainable coffee and fair trade. Puro Fair Trade Coffee, pioneering large-scale forest landscape restoration through renewable energy development. Energy Development Corporation, restoring coral reefs with land-based farming techniques to revive marine ecosystems. Coral Vita.
What a fantastic collection of businesses that are having a positive impact on our planet. And I'm delighted to now announce that the winner of this year's Responsible Business Leadership category is Terraformation.
Hi everyone, my name is Damien Kuhn. I'm part of the leadership team at Terraformation. My team and I are very happy to receive the RestorLife Award. Thank you very much. Terraformation is a global forest restoration company based in Hawaii, and we were founded in 2020. Our mission is to accelerate native forest restoration to tackle climate change and biodiversity loss at scale. We work across multiple continents, Africa, Southeast Asia, Latin America, to develop high-integrity community-led carbon projects rooted in ecological and social resilience. We were born from a simple but bold vision to help restore the planet's forest as fast as possible, using nature itself as a solution to the climate crisis. The turning point came with the realization that reforestation was not happening at the pace or scale needed, and that local communities often lacked the tools, funding, and technical support to lead the effort. That's where we come in. Our team is a mix of ecologists, forester, project developer, tech experts, carbon experts, and community leaders, all united by a deep passion for nature and people. Many of us have spent years working on the ground in restoration, climate finance, or development. What brings us together is a belief that forest restoration must be driven locally, but globally supported. We were proud to support dozens of community organizations around the world who are doing the hard work every day. At Terraformation, every day looks different depending on where you are. In Ghana, for example, our team are working closely with the local government and the landowner to develop mangrove restoration in the Keta Lagoon. In the Philippines, we are scaling native reforestation in partnership with indigenous communities. Meanwhile, our global team is working on carbon modeling, policy engagement, and securing funding for our pipeline of projects. It's fast-paced, challenging, but incredibly meaningful. One of our biggest challenges has been bridging two worlds: the reality of the rural community-led reforestation and the complexity of carbon finance and international market. There is often a disconnect between the speed, rigor, and expectation of climate investors and the pace and priorities of communities on the ground. To solve this, we are building in-house tools, teams, and framework to help bridge that gap, ensuring integrity without losing the local leadership. Receiving the RestorLife Prize has been a huge encouragement. It's helped us raise our visibility, validate our work, and continue investing in local partnerships and capacity building. Recognition like this fuels our team to help bring attention to the urgency and opportunity of nature-based climate solution. Thank you so much for having us and for supporting this incredible community of changemakers. Thanks so much, the team of RestorLife.
And that's it from us tonight. Thank you for joining us. Keep sharing your stories, growing your impact, and connecting through Restore. This very movement only grows stronger when we do it together. From all of us here, on behalf of Restore, congratulations again to all the finalists and winners. Now, before we go, a little something to look forward to. The 2026 RestorLife Awards are already in the works. So stay tuned because we can't wait to celebrate with you again. Thank you and goodbye.